Welcome to Southeastern Spine's The Age of Spinal Medicine mini edition. Today, we'll see a story of someone maybe like you whose life was limited by back or neck pain, but was able to get back to doing all that they love thanks to help from the experienced physicians and the latest medical technologies found at the Southeastern Spine Institute. I am sure that you all know someone who has a career in the military. You yourself might have served. So, as you know, these individuals are always working hard, staying fit, and expecting a lot of themselves and their bodies.
They kind of get themselves in the zone, and nothing's going to bother them. And because they're 30 or 40 or 45, and they just keep on going, just keep on going. And I thought even after I retired and stuff, I was going to be able to do that.
But as a soldier gets older, it gets a little more difficult to maintain a strict regimen.
Earlier in my life, I could do things and overcome it. I was in Vietnam, I got hit 3 times, I didn't lose an ounce of blood.
So when back or neck pain sets in, just like the athlete, the soldier often feels they can work through it or just grin and bear it. But for Colonel Mac Radcliffe, it was hard to slow down. He was accustomed to being on the go.
When the back problem came along, not only did it curtail my lifting weights and things like that, or try to do pull-ups, it hurt.
He would try to cover it up as much as he could, but then there came a point where he really couldn't cover it up because he was in just so much pain.
The problem with grinning and bearing it is that sometimes if you grin and bear it through compression against the nerves, you can actually cause yourself permanent nerve damage. And you were having pretty bad pain down your thigh.
I couldn't move.
Right.
A lot of times I couldn't.
Right. His thigh muscle was so weak that when he tried to stand up, when he tried to walk downstairs, his legs would buckle.
And he would go down the steps, and all of a sudden I'd say, "Mac, where are you?" And he'd fallen.
Now, being a Marine veteran, he sucked it up and tried to deal with it until the pain and the weakness was so profound that he was essentially unable to get up and walk even 100 feet.
Sometimes a pinched nerve can not only cause back or arm pain, if untreated, it might lead to permanent nerve damage.
I had an old expression, that I'd rather wear out than rust out.
Dr. Stephen Paletti and his team worked out a program to get Mac back to his active life.
What we wanted to do was to have him go through physical therapy to maximize his ability to recover.
The leg got stronger, but the pain didn't go away. And it wasn't going to get any better without the operation.
Years ago, this kind of operation would have taken hours. It would have kept him in the hospital for days, if not weeks, and he would have never recovered like we wanted him to.
So it's amazing the technology that goes into these procedures. Even since we've been doing it, we've evolved.
But for you, and part of this is because you're in good shape and pretty motivated, we were able to do that smaller incision through the side to remove and replace the disc. And that nerve was under so much pressure, that's why your leg wasn't working right. He had to build that strength back up. Luckily, he's the kind of man that will put the work in, and he got over it.
As great a job as you did a great job. Your physical rehab group is super, and they're professional. They don't give you any slack.
Okay, keep that knee straight.
Okay.
It's very important for the patient to be proactive. The more motivated the patient is, the harder we can work to progress them.
So Mac was able to get back to his active life and even enjoy the long walks with his wife again. But he was lucky to have caught his nerve damage in time.
And so in a case like Colonel Radcliffe's, we luckily got to it so that that nerve damage was reversible.
I'd tell them not to wait until something goes wrong. If they're starting to feel that the back is bothering them, they need to go have it checked out.
This Spine Institute is very specialized. We have a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, and this is what we do every day.
Our soldier's story ends with Mac not only feeling a lot better, but also glad he found a first-class unit at the Southeastern Spine Institute.
And it was orderly, it was well run, people know what they were doing, and they were polite to you. I'm up and moving around. And,
Right, right, you look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. A lot better than I did the last time you saw me.
Right, I hope I stay looking that good.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for another mini edition. You can watch full versions of any of our medical programs by going to southeasternspine.com and clicking Medical Documentary.